games gone in the Premier League 2017-2018 season, and the Manchester clubs are dominating. I wonder who's surprised at that. I don't know. Let me ask Sheikh Magbede if he's. I see that smile on your face. It's what you'd hope for, right?
Definitely. We all know about the. I don't know whether fables or myths or rumors. No, they're not fables. They're not myths because Mourinho has.
They've been proven already.
They've been proven already.
Yeah.
They're called the second season syndrome. That wherever he goes, right from Porto, in the second season,
Down to
he gets his feet on the ground, and he gets it. Even Chelsea kind of broke that myth in Chelsea because he won first season, then did back to back. So yes,
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
But just 6 games into the season.
Well, apart from the fact that it's been just 6 games, it's the way the manner the team is playing. The fact that they're eking out results, especially the game against Southampton, they were very poor. In my opinion, it was a very poor performance. They literally ended up playing with about 8 defenders on the pitch. But you know what? The result was priceless. 1-0. They scored the goal in the 5th, 6th, 7th, early on.
Yeah,
and they held that. I mean, that was a game last season that they were either drawn or lost. Because United were up against so many teams, poor performance, and they ended up with. And to be honest with you, it's better to play. Let's say if you play 5 games and you win 3, you get 9 points. And you lose if you play 5, win 3 and lose 2, you end up with 9 points. But if you play 5 and you don't lose those 5, and you only win 1, what do you get? In fact, you get 6 points.
6 points.
So you might as well just go for it. Or if you play 5 and you draw 5, you only 5 points. You understand? But something that's lost 2, you now 5.
What's been the factor for Man U? Lukaku or Mourinho?
Lukaku and Mourinho. Finally, United has got. In fact, I read a quote from somebody that most pundits look at Lukaku and say this is what he's not doing instead of going on about what he's doing. To be honest with you, Lukaku carries a goal threat. He's a bit ungainly. To me, at times, his ball control isn't what it should be. But I think his movement, because I watch. I mean, you can't see, from we watch a lot of football in the stadium, so you can't really see a player's movement on the television unless the camera is focused on it. But I see him; he's always moving, and because of his bulk, his pace, his aggression, he's able to trouble the. And he's always, and another thing, he's a 6-yard box player. So anything that drops, a couple of his goals have been off his own rebounds. So that means and one goal that he scored, I think, was against Everton, the third goal or something. Particularly impressed. He took a woeful free kick. He went out to the left, but something he just kind of hung around, ghosted it off the back of the defender, and poked. And
Who does he remind you of?
Van Nistelrooy in that sense. His movement, although Van Nistelrooy Van the man. But so I think he can only. The funny thing about Lukaku is that he can only get better, and in a team like Manchester United, they're going to create that many more chances. My only regrets with Manchester United is that they didn't buy a specialist winger. That's the only, for me, that's the only chink in United, because a lot of times the delivery from the wings is not as good as so. Valencia's crosses are hit or miss. Martial delivered a couple of good ones against CSKA Moscow. Rashford took here and there, but if you had a specialist winger like De Bruyne, something like De Bruyne or that Silva that could whip in balls that more likely than not will find their target.
That takes us to Manchester City.
Lukaku score for fun. Yeah,
they top plus 19. Man U
scored 21 goals.
Yeah.
United scored 17 goals.
17 goals. So, what is it a factor of Pep or Sergio Aguero? By the way, they're joint top scorers, but Aguero has more assists. Aguero, Morata, and Lukaku have all scored 6 goals. So what's going? How is Manchester City managing to do this?
In fairness, I was hugely critical of Pep last season, and I'll tell people why. Why I feel he was entitled. I feel everybody just felt he would just roll up into Premiership, and then because I'm Pep, this is done.
You're very critical of him.
No, yes, hugely critical. And to be honest with you, I'm just looking at him now because the truth, he spent a lot of money, and what Pep has showed me too is like, in spite of all the tiki taka and all that, Pep is just a very good checkbook manager.
And ordinary man.
No, he's a checkbook manager.
So if there's no money.
If there's no money, hey, now he's talking about Mendy getting injured. Very, very sad for Mendy and SQL. That's a really horrible
Right.
injury, which might
Injury.
actually put him out to the end of fantastic player. Take say, oh, I might go get a left back, you know, in the January transfer window. It's like,
money.
there's money.
He doesn't stop to think.
He doesn't stop about bringing players.
You know, have we made some money so I can?
No, it's not even
money?
that. What about your players in the team? And one thing about United, I think is the only English club that every match squad they have an academy player, someone that came through the ranks.
So you bring someone.
You bring somebody in. I mean, or use a Fabian Delph to cover. I mean, Valencia is a converted right winger. Ashley Young is a converted left winger.
Yeah.
Damian at times is a right back who plays left back. You know, be a bit inventive, but moving. But I can't question what City have done. I think they broke the last team to score 16 goals in 3 Premier Leagues was in 58-59 season. But unfortunately, Aguero, top scorer as you mentioned, was injured.
Yeah.
In a freak traffic accident.
Very freak.
Broke a couple. Some people allege.
Now Aguero and Mendy are out.
Yeah.
You know, for the game against Chelsea.
Yeah.
How will City cope?
Some people allege that the taxi was driven by a Chelsea fan, but hey, that's what they tell me. You know, so,
that's a star game for the weekend.
It is.
What do you think is going to happen?
I tell you what, with Aguero, who has been unsung, but you know, funny enough, City is so good, and they have a proliferation of attacking players that they are not going to miss Aguero as much as they should. They might miss Mendy more.
Well, I'm even concerned about the forwards. Interestingly, Ryan Sterling and Jesus, you know, are scoring goals.
To be honest with you, there's no problem in the goals. There's Sane is bang in form. There's Ryan Sterling, who's scored at least 4-5 goals this season as well. And then Jesus, and then behind them you have De Bruyne and Da Silva. You're pulling the strings. You have Bernardo Silva. You have if it's again Gondwan, although I think he took a bit of a knock sometime. So City have a very deep squad. For me, they have the best squad in the Premier League. But up against a very good Chelsea side who really impressed me against Atletico Madrid. Because I said on Twitter that I didn't think Chelsea would qualify from that group. That was my prediction, you know. But they beat Atletico Madrid away from home.
You thought Roma and Atletico were
yes, that's what because I know Roma is a very good side, you know. But that's a fantastic result that they got beating Atletico away from home, which has put all of a sudden all the pressure has been transferred to Atletico because they've only got 1 point. Yes. Roma went away and beat Karabakh.
Conte actually, he said we actually beat Azerbaijan. He said no, Karabakh. You know, he called them Azerbaijan instead of Karabakh. You know, so well. You're impressed by them. They're third on the table, right?
Yes, third, just by virtue of that loss to Burnley. But
that's right.
I love they have a powerful. You know, Chelsea is Chelsea. You know, this is like what the house that Mourinho built. Successive managers have come to, you know, apart from some side turnings in AVB. What's the name of that Brazilian World Cup winner? Scolari. They had Scolari, but Ancelotti. They've added to it, Matteo, even Benitez, you know, and they didn't like him, but he still won the Europa Cup. Then Conte has come, and I tell you what, I need to look for that start. But I tell you something, Antonio Conte has the best record of any coach in Europe over the last 7 seasons, both with Juve and with Chelsea. The amount of games he's won is ridiculous, and the amount he's lost is the least among all the top managers, and in that I include Juve's manager. What's his name?
Allegri.
Yes, Allegri. Every other Mourinho, every manager, he has the best. So what he's done, including Carlo Ancelotti. So what he's done, Chelsea is a very strong, physically strong side, and they've got a lot of pace. And I don't think you'll get a better defensive pivot in Europe between Bakayoko and Kante. And funny enough, they're both French players, you understand? Yeah. Both of them have energy to burn. Then on the wings, you have Marcos Alonso, you've got Victor Moses. So you're talking about pace. Then in front of them, you're talking about Pedro and Willian. You know, then you're talking about adding Fabregas into the mix. Then you're talking about Morata, who has settled down much quicker than I thought. I think Morata has scored about 8 or 9 goals in his Chelsea career.
Well, of course, in the league, he scored 6 goals.
Yeah, grabbed it. And
And then
Chelsea scored 12 goals in the league, and he scored 6 of them.
6 of them.
Then you've got Batshuayi, who has
That's
now developed a habit of coming off the bench and scoring,
scoring,
becoming a scorer of very important goals. So it's
And then there's King Hazard there, who
Well, I didn't add him to the mix. I didn't mention it. I mean,
Hazard is Hazard.
and then so they spine, and then they have a very good goalkeeper in
That's
Thibaut
right.
Courtois.
Thibaut Courtois.
So yeah.
All right. So match day 7, big games to look out for. But let's also look at Tottenham, Liverpool, Tottenham, Watford. Are 4th, 5th, and 6th. Arsenal are in 7th position. What about Arsenal?
Arsenal for me,
Are they where they're supposed to be?
they're where they're supposed to be, but they can improve. And it was a decent enough win against a very surprising, adventurous West Brom side. Surprisingly adventurous. West Brom should have had a clear penalty, and it just shows that these decisions can change games. I feel that Arsenal's second penalty from Nyeman Ramsey was a bit trifle soft, although there was contact. But I saw in the game a Southampton player a shoulder barge Rashford off the ball in the box, and nothing was given. So what we ask from referees is consistency. But Arsenal are where they are. But what they've done that I like, they won back-to-back games in Europa, even though they fielded weekend squads. But they've allowed the likes of Walcott to get a game. They've allowed the likes of Jack Wilshere to play 90 minutes. So slowly but surely they're reintegrating those players, because I thought Jack Wilshere's career as an Arsenal player had come to an end.
Yeah.
So you know what? If they can get a consistent run going on in Europa, that will build up confidence in the squad. Because for me, I think one of the reasons that will improve Arsenal is that safety net of UCL qualification has been removed from them. Now they know they have to go out and win something.
That's right.
So fine. I think they'll get better, and I think they'll climb up the table.
All right, so it's another weekend of action before the international break. Would see the likes of course, the big game is Chelsea taking on Manchester City, and then would also check out Leicester City up against Bournemouth, Huddersfield Town and Tottenham Hotspur, United and Crystal Palace, Stoke City, Southampton, West Brom versus Watford, West Ham, Swansea, Arsenal, Brighton and Hove, Everton, Burnley, Newcastle, and Liverpool as well. You haven't talked about Liverpool though, and Tottenham Hotspur.
Before we talk about Liverpool first, I just want to take the Manchester United Crystal Palace. As a bet team, I know, put all your money on United, but I worry about that game. A team has lost how many games now? They've lost 5 in bounce and not scored at all.
They haven't scored.
Eventually, their luck has to turn. Against City, the first half, City could only score the 1. And that's a problem that City might have against Chelsea. They struggled against, who did they play now? Shakhtar Donetsk. They struggled. They only won 2-0. First half, they couldn't really break them down. They're probably, without Aguero and Mendy, they're probably going to struggle against Chelsea. If Chelsea goes in front, they'll punish them. But what I'm trying to say now, Crystal Palace had 2 gilted chances against City. They didn't take them. I think they hit it. It was this young man that joined from Chelsea. He had a very, very good game. Very good game. So I worry. Loftus-Cheek. I worry. So I'm not saying that Crystal Palace go to Old Trafford and beat United. I definitely don't hope so. But
you think they'll have learned from that game against City and take their chances now?
But although Benteke is out for some weeks, 6 weeks, but football is a funny old game. If United go in with the wrong mindset that this is City that will get a nasty shot. Newcastle, Liverpool, that's one of the great fixtures of the Premier League. I'll never forget Kevin Keegan's Newcastle side back in the day. I think that was 95, 96. Flying, all the likes of Alan Shearer, this guy from Colombia.
Shearer was king back then.
Oh, he was king. David Ginola with his flowing locks. It was a beautiful team, fantastic team, and they loved to attack. They didn't know how to defend, but Liverpool were the same then. They were the same then and the same now. So that's looking like an interesting game. Spurs, I'm sure they're happy with their way from the Olympic Stadium, where they've kind of messed up their lines a bit. But they're deadly side. I mean, Harry Kane, for me, I don't do all this. I don't care what team you play for.
He scored just 4 goals though.
But he scored 11. He scored 11 goals in the month of September for club and country.
Yeah.
So the guy is deadly. And one thing about him, he has no apparent weaknesses. He's as good with his left foot as his right and in the air. So He's a player. If he gets a chance, he's going to bury it. So Spurs, for me, Spurs have the most balanced and complete side when everybody's fit in the Premier League. But they do have some injury. Wanyama is injured. Dembele is injured.
Yeah.
Dele Ali
Dele Ali has a suspension.
I think he has a suspension.
For the middle finger.
No, he's got he had a suspension.
No, there was just a new one though.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah.
Then Ericsson couldn't travel to Cyprus because he was injured.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of creativity in the Spurs squad and a very solid defense as well.
All right, so just note all the teams that the pundit has praised. You expect them to win this weekend. So why don't you put your money where your mouth is? The EPL match week 7 is upon us. Right after it's the international break, and we'll see you on the other side.